hanging with Henry Winkler. Give it up! Were you a strong reader when you were a kid?
No, I'm not a strong reader now. I am in the bottom 3% academically in America. Reading is almost impossible to figure it out, to spell, to do math. It's true.
Dyslexic?
I am very,
Okay.
but I only found out when I was 31. Until then, I thought I was stupid.
No.
No, but you know what? A lot of kids go through that as well because
One
they
out
don't
of
know.
6.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
I am an author, which is an afterthought because I couldn't be hired in that while, in the 2000s, early, as an actor. So
Yeah.
I met Lynn Oliver, and I walk around and talk, and Lynn types. Then Lynn has an idea. She types, and I wait. And then we argue over every word. And it's about a little boy
Yeah.
who is dyslexic but is resourceful.
Yeah.
You know, he figures it out his own way.
Well, when our next guest realized just how many little kids in her hometown of Houston were struggling with reading, she stepped up. She runs a program that gives children from kindergarten to 2nd grade a solid foundation to become readers for life. It's the most important time, probably as well. From Literacy Now, let's say hi to Jackie, everybody. Welcome, Jackie. Meet Henry.
What a pleasure.
Thank you.
So there's a huge deficiency in kids being able to read in Houston right now, right?
Well, it's in Houston, but frankly, it's
a lot of places.
It's the entire country.
Yeah.
So it's not just Houston, but we're in Houston, so that's what we'll talk about, right?
Yeah.
So in the Houston area, only 27% of students on last year's state assessment could read on grade level at 3rd grade. And you say, okay, 3rd grade, why is that a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because there's so much research that shows that reading at 3rd grade is a predictor of graduation from high school and all kinds of other things. So if a child's not reading on grade level at 3rd grade, they're 4 times more likely not to graduate from high school.
Well, because it'll be such a struggle.
It's such a struggle because they're learning to read prior to 3rd grade, and then they're reading to learn after that.
Because that's how you learn everything,
That's how you, so it's not just about reading, it's about math and science and social studies and everything.
You bet.
So it's not about teachers, teachers are like killing themselves.
Oh, they're burdened. They have so many students.
so many students per class.
Students, and they have so many different levels of students.
Right.
So we are taking the students that are reading well below grade level, and we're taking them out of the classroom to do a 4-on-1 with our trained staff, primarily who spent years as teachers themselves, but now they want to do just this small group instruction.
So is that how Literacy Now works? They take them out of class at the time and they go?
We do. We have a classroom in the building.
Yep.
And so it's a captive audience. You don't have to worry about transportation. That's another issue. You don't have to worry about transportation or parent schedules or anything like that. So the kids come to us in small groups of 4 to 1. And we start first by building relationships with the students.
Because trust is so important.
Trust is critical, so we have to start there.
Yeah.
And so we start with the trust and just really building on those foundational skills of phonics and vocabulary development and learning sight words, and we make it fun. They're engaged in doing all kinds of activities.
It must make them feel so amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I think that the main job of a parent is to make sure that your child's self-image is buoyed at all times. If you do nothing else, it is to make sure they know, however you're doing it, however you're learning, you are wonderful.
Yeah. And you're doing your best, so Jackie, you have resources for parents as well, right?
We do, and now we don't have an adult education
but you help offer that up for them for...
But we do. We can connect them to places, but we also, what's really important to us is getting parents to understand they're partners in their child's education. They're their most important teacher for their life, no matter what their level of education is or their reading level. So we do a lot of parent engagement workshops. We provide parents with actually the tools and the skills. It's one thing to say, oh, Kelly, you need to do these things at home with your child. And you say, oh, okay, let me run out to the store and let me buy this and let me buy that. And most of our parents cannot do that. It's not because they don't want to. They just don't have the means.
Yeah.
And so thank God we have amazing supporters that provide the funds for us to do that. So we are showing them things they can do, and then we're providing the materials for them to do it.
Which is so important because I believe this to be so true. If you make something important in your life, your kids are watching you. So they're gonna if you say it's not important, they're not gonna think it's important. So it's so cool that, you know, they are working together with them. It takes the parent being involved. And I know my mom was a single mom for a portion of my life, and I'm a single mama now, but you work a lot, but you do have to find that time, even if it's 30 minutes.
Yes.
You know, you have to find that time with your kiddos.
And giving, it's not, the kids get the confidence, but it's also the parents gain confidence.
Yeah.
Because if you're a parent that doesn't, maybe you don't read that well, or maybe you didn't, or you didn't have a high level of education, you think, what do I have to offer? The teacher's doing that. And yes, the teacher's doing that. And the teacher's doing a fabulous job.
But your time.
But your time, and you can't do, the teacher cannot do everything. It's just not possible. But for the parent, when we watch those parents realize, oh, I do have something to offer. I can do something. And we're coming alongside them. We're not telling them what to do. We're coming alongside them and showing them things that they can do they didn't realize they could do.
Yeah.
And that's really empowering.
Because it's really a village that educates your child.
It is.
Yeah.
When my wife would read a book to our children, because I couldn't read the book to the children, I would act it out, you know, the story as she was reading it. That was my contribution.
Right. And that's what we tell parents. Even if they are great readers, or maybe they don't read at all, they can tell stories, and that helps the child develop their language skills and their vocabulary.
And their creativity.
Yes, and so there's so much that parents can do, and we really unlock that for the parents and the children.
That's amazing.
And engage
It's
them
amazing
together.
what you're doing. It's so helpful.
Can
so many
you
people
take
benefit.
your idea and can you move it out into the country?
Well,
because you sat down here and that's the first thing you said. You're like, it's actually a nationwide problem.
it is a nationwide problem. And I will say that what we're doing can absolutely be replicated. We are in a very big, really bold expansion. We are planning over the next 5 years to triple the number of students that we're serving, which is pretty bold.
Right.
Yeah.
And yes, we're planning on staying in Houston, but it's not that it can't be replicated, because it certainly could. But one of our former board members used to say, we have the secret sauce. And our secret sauce is really our organizational culture, which starts with relationships. It's not just about, we have this fabulous curriculum, which we do. It's very prescriptive, very targeted, but you have to have the right people delivering it.
That's so cool. I love that. Well, we love what you're doing, and we're not the only ones that are inspired by your exceptional program. But like you, Kalahari Resorts and Conventions, home to America's largest indoor water parks, also believes in delivering beyond expectations. So to help Literacy Now continue its incredible work, they're donating $10,000 to help out. And we have two very special people from Literacy Now joining us. Florence is one of the reading specialists, and April is one of her star students. Give it up, y'all! Looking so beautiful, both of you. Both of you. So, Florence, what's it like for you to help young kids discover the joy of reading? Because my mom loved teaching that age, specifically because she loved helping teach kids how to read. It's like this whole world opens up. Is it the same for you?
It's the same for me. I mean, just getting with the children and pulling them in, and first they come in so nervous and shy, and then all of a sudden, when you talk to them and ask them personal questions like, how is your day? What do you like, your favorite book or whatever? Then they just open up. And so I taught for like 32 years, and then I retired, and I was teaching my grandson how to read, and he went to school. So along came Literacy Now, which was a blessing, because I wanted to continue to share my skills.
Yeah.
And I met April, and she was struggling with her reading skills at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And as time went on, as the skills were introduced, she started to master her skills and everything, and started asking questions about, what kind of books can I read? What is that word? That word up there says, you know, and sounding things out and blending. And she just came alive, and she just started reading all types of books, and that's why we're here. I love it.
It's such a cool thing. What do you love about learning how to read?
So first I start learning of looking at the pictures, but then I keep trying, and then I know how to read.
Yeah, that's how my daughter and my son, they're 6 and 7 right now, and that's how they're learning too, the pictures. So April brought a book with her from Literacy Now. So tell us about it. What's this book?
Okay, this is a book. It's a storybook, and it's from a program called SIPS.
Okay.
And she's in the extension level, which is a middle level of what the program represents.
Okay.
And it stands for Systematic Instruction Using Phonological Awareness, Phonics, and Sight Words. We also have a spelling component, reading component, and comprehension skills, and then we do fluency. So all of these things are what they've worked on just to get to this point. And we're almost to the end of this book. And she's been doing a great job. They were first 2-page stories, but now we're up to the point where we're reading chapter books.
Oh my gosh, way to go.
She loves cats, and this is the story of Cat, chapter 6.
Okay, so do you want to read a little for us?
Yeah.
I want to see your skills.
I'm gonna stop.
Okay, go ahead.
Then Cat stopped hissing. She came close and sniffed each kitten. Then she licked their soft fur. The kittens curl up next to Cats. They purr and purr. They feel safe, said Mom.
I love that. Awesome. That was really good. I hope you feel very proud of yourself. It's a really important step to learn how to read like that. Now all these doors will open up. Oh my God, it's so cool. So we have April's mama, Hilbania, in the audience. So Hilbania, you say this has been life-changing for April, right?
Yes, it's been a really life-changing for her because at the beginning, she didn't know, she was struggling reading.
Yeah.
But now when the program come into her life, it's been like a blessing because she learned how to read and they provide books for her. So I'm so proud of her, and she's so happy and excited every time she want to read a book.
She's confident.
She's very confident.
And that really does affect a kid's personality, you know? It affects how confident and bold they are in friendships and everything. I'm so proud of you. It was really well done, really well done. Well, earlier we talked about Kalahari Resorts, home to the largest indoor water park in the country. You like a water park? Those are pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I like a water park. And they think that April's remarkable progress is something that we should all celebrate. So, April, they are sending your entire family on an exclusive VIP vacation to their resort in your home state of Texas. You're gonna create lifelong memories while enjoying your beautifully appointed 2-bedroom suite, an indoor entertainment center complete with a giant arcade, a full-service spa, signature dining, and of course an indoor water park with 30 water slides. This place has 30 water slides, okay, and 20 pools. I said 30 water slides, ma'am. You better ride them all.
Oh my God.
That sounds fun. I like a water slide. What do you think? You excited?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Are you excited, Mom? Are you good?
I
Okay,
am.
okay, okay. Thank you so much.